Learning that your child has an allergy can be very frightening for a parent. Yet through trial and error, parents can find that he or she is allergic to eggs, to fish, to nuts, or maybe even pet dander or pollen. My next guest is Iris Shamus, who found out the hard way when her baby had a serious reaction to several foods. To help her son Ben manage and learn about his allergies, Iris created kid-friendly products and teaching tools that help children with allergies, asthma, and other concerns. Thanks for being on the show, Iris.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So you learned about Ben, who's your middle child.
Yes,
you
he
learned
is.
about his allergies very young. How did you find out about it?
We were actually at my brother-in-law's house. I just had a baby girl. We were visiting. I had 2 children at the time. Ben was like a year and a half. They had some food out on the table, a bowl of nuts. He reached for the bowl, and I remember my husband said to me, "Is he allowed to have this?" And I said, "I don't, he's never had one before, and there's so many kids these days with allergies. They say that you should hold off," and my daughter, who was a year older, did not have any allergies. Right. He reached for it again. He started crying. You know how it is when you take something away from a toddler, they want it even more. And I said, what are the chances of him being one of those kids? And lo and behold, he turned out to be one of those kids. Took one bite out of a cashew and literally started, blowing up and vomiting and breaking out, and it was really it was very scary.
Very frightening,
right. You don't think it's going to happen to you, and then all of a sudden your child is like, it's scary.
So from that, you really decided, especially when he started to go to school, you really decided that you needed to do something to protect him because you weren't sure that the environment was going to do so.
Exactly. I trusted the environment, and then I learned that as a mom, you sort of have to protect your child at all times when you're not with them. He went to preschool, and I was reassured that they were very allergy aware and allergy friendly. I filled out the forms that needed to get filled out, dropped off his emergency medicine, and a month into school, there was an incident where another child in the class who had severe allergies as well ended up in the hospital because their teacher gave him a snack he was allergic to. She forgot. And
she's human,
yeah,
right?
she's human.
But that's a bit of a nightmare.
She was a veteran teacher. She had been there 20 years, and it was a horrible experience for everyone. And I thought, how am I going to protect Ben moving forward? And
so here we are.
So I looked around.
This mompreneur, right?
I became a mompreneur.
And you developed all these products, which are part of Allermate. Is that the name of the company? Okay.
Yep, Allermate.
So tell us a little bit about the products, but there's something that I love that you and I were talking about earlier, and then we'll get to the products, and that is that many kids who have allergies or some kind of special condition are embarrassed or ashamed about it or reluctant to even let other people know. So you knew that, you intuited that somehow, and you made sure that what you were doing was actually something that Ben would be proud of. So what did you do?
That was the goal. The goal was I wanted them to feel good about themselves. Right. And I know that kids are very fascinated with characters. They identify with them. And I thought, why not create the characters that represent these kids' ailments and give them something to relate to, something that it becomes a teaching tool. And that to me was like the fun part of it all, was creating these characters.
So you created stories.
I created stories,
and Ben
backgrounds, poems. I mean, it was like something I even did with the kids, with friends. We all sort of gave them names based on what that allergen was. And that was, it was really important for me to make it fun for the kids. I wanted to create like a world for them.
So they were proud about it and not hiding it.
Yes.
So tell us about these great products that you have here. It says wheat gluten-free.
Well, this is a lunch bag, and so a lot of kids have allergies or
like me, gluten-free,
or food intolerances these days are just, as we all know, there's so many kids who are gluten-free. So we did a lunch bag for those kids. There's nothing like I have a friend whose daughter has celiac, and she's always telling me she has to carry her own snacks, and she has to come to a party prepared because she can't have whatever in serving. So I thought there should be something cute for kids to be able to carry their stuff in. That's actually a case for to carry your asthma inhaler.
You know what's great though? They're colorful, they have great characters on them, so they're playful. And again, kids feel good about them.
Right. And people lose their inhalers and mothers go crazy because they're not cheap, those inhalers.
So
And
this,
so this is something that they can attach
actually
it.
attaches. That's a great
Yep.
idea. And what's this?
We have a collection of wristbands.
Does Ben wear this?
Yes, he wears
is a peanut allergy.
yeah, he's actually allergic to nuts. So we have dozens of different wristbands that represent all the most common allergens, as well as diabetes and asthma. And
Right, you have this other company.
we do,
Right.
right. We have a sister line. This is we have a wristband where you can put little charms in because so many children who have an
that's
allergy have multiple allergies or they have multiple health concerns. Like we were discussing earlier,
Right.
kids with autism have a lot of food allergies.
So
tend to have-
dairy, so they wear this around
they,
their
they,
to
wear, they
identify-
can choose which allergen they have, and then we carry like which charm. So if they're allergic to nuts and eggs, then they plug in those charms. So it's just a fun way to again alert
It's
people.
fun, it's fantastic, it's innovative, and it helps children really handle their allergies, and
Yep.
it also alerts other people to them. Thank you so much, Iris.
Thank you.
Power Your Life will return in a moment. Ahead, find out what's coming up next week. Last week I was talking about self-care, and self-care is really very important. When you have the self-care, you have the ability to take care of other people, you have the strength and the wisdom to do so. And I'm really reminded of Catherine Walton, who was trapped with her 3 daughters in September during the terrorist attack in the Nairobi Westgate Mall. And that day, I believe that there were 2 heroes. There was Hayashi, who fearlessly rescued her and Catherine's daughters, as well as many other people who were hostages there. And then the other hero is Catherine, who in a recent interview said that she trusted her instincts to know when to hide and when to come out to safety. Trust your instincts and follow your heart. That's it tonight for Power Your Life. Next week, it's Sex Therapy 101 with the help of a premier sex therapist. Plus, an esteemed OB/GYN talks about women's common health issues. I hope to see you. Remember that you have the power to power your dreams and power your life.